quite the dirty little dwarf, aren't you?
You're quite the dirty little mage.
I do my best. Still, I'm no ale-swilling mountain of belches like you.
And I'm no winking, slack-jawed coward like you.
True, we should form a club. I didn't do it.
And then how's little blighter?
That's one way of putting it.
They talked about you in the army. Fergus Kuzlin said you wouldn't have the stones to show your face again. But you proved him wrong. I respect that.
You do?
Yeah. Throw caution to the wind. Run headlong into danger and sod the consequences. That's the only way to live.
Thanks. I think.
Yep. Don't you give a piss what the others think. Ogren's got your back. The whole quiet and stoic thing must get you a lot of action, huh?
I take it you're an admirer, Ogren.
What? No. No. Well, not unless... No!
Good. Then I needn't worry about getting too drunk at camp.
Okay, I like you, just not in that way. Hey, what am I? Chopped nug livers?
You don't actually think your jokes are funny, do you?
Could have sworn that fly was buzzing again.
Har! Let me tell you about my life in one word.
Oh no, don't take me back to the tower. I'm far, far too delicate.
I'm not only a dwarf, I'm a moron. Listen to me fart.
Oh no, big Templar man. What are you going to do with that sword?
Ew.
Don't play with fire unless you want to get burned, son. Not bad.
Make her help us all.
You know, Nathaniel, you're just like me.
Am I now?
Everyone hates your family for something terrible they did, even though you weren't involved.
I hope you have a point, Anders.
It's like you're a mage. If there were more hows, they'd lock all of you up in a tower to protect everyone else.
A thrilling analogy.
He became possessed by a rage demon, but he did take out 3 Templars. Oh, I was never more proud. A toast to Mr. Wiggums. Don't you agree, Sir Pouncelot? Who's a good kitty? You are. Ooh, yes, you are.
You must be so close, dwarf. I'd prefer that you turn your head.
Well, sorry for looking. I can't help that your womanly splendor is at eye level.
What? I was referring to your...
Oh, you weren't talking about... what were you talking about?
Your breath, dwarf. The fell cloud that emanates from your gaping maw.
They didn't call me the lady killer of Orzammar for nothing.
All I want is a pretty girl, a decent meal, and the right to shoot lightning at fools.
Your glares suggest that you don't care for my presence.
I'm simply wondering how your kind can call yourselves nobles. It seems ironic.
We like irony, and it rolls off the tongue better than oppressors.
Ah, so you're a funny human.
Not I. I wouldn't dare lighten your mood, milady.
No one touches Ogren's junk and lives!
Tell me about your people, dwarf.
Well, elf, for starters. We do not like being called dwarf.
I apologize. Please tell me about your people, Ogren.
I'll tell you one thing. You bony human and elven types have nothing on our women. Yeah, look at that rump. You call that a rump? A man needs some cushion. Anyway, can I have a pony?
You believe that your ancestors used to be immortal.
I don't believe it. It's true.
How do you know?
Why would the elders lie?
Why, indeed.
Whoa, everything's spinning. And you're very shiny. Oh, gonna go sit down now. You know, when your father took over the Jarl of Denerim's palace, he moved his bedroom next to the dungeon.
What are you talking about?
Sounds like someone liked to nip down for a bit of torture before bedtime.
Delilah did say that father had begun indulging his darker side.
Hey, everyone needs daddy issues. Just trying to help. Then the Darkspawn surrounded me and started talking, asking me if I would like lemon in my tea.
So you don't believe the elves were immortal?
When did I say that?
You asked me if I believed that my ancestors were once immortal.
And where in that question was it implied that I believed otherwise?
Then you do believe that the elves were immortal?
I didn't say that either.
You are exasperating.
Ants that eat your eyeballs! After they're done with you, they just wander off on their unnatural pant legs!
Have you ever thought of returning to Orzammar?
Not sure I can. Technically, I'm a surface dwarf now.
Why, technically? You don't know for certain?
It's not like they send you a letter. Congratulations, you've been ejected from the warrior caste.
Do you care?
Sometimes. Then I drink more and it goes away.
It's a pleasant stroll through the park with Darkspawn.
So you have a sister as well? A younger sister?
That is no secret. I've mentioned her several times now.
For the longest time, I thought my sister was dead. When we were children, she put beetles in my blankets. She would laugh to hear me shriek.
Sarani liked to put sap in my hair. She also pushed me into an icy river. Twice.
Ouch!
Yes. Why did I want to rescue her again?
I'll make sure the Vigil's ale supply is safe. Leave a few Darkspawn skulls for me to kick in, right?
Why do your people revere the stone so much?
It's because we come from the stone. When we come out of our mothers, we're small, round rocks. Pink-streaked rocks are girls, and gray ones are boys. The rocks must be dipped in lava for a few moments each day to keep warm. Every year, a few unlucky parents drop the rock into the lava and can't get it out. Very sad. But you do it right, and in a few weeks, the rock cracks open, revealing a bouncing dwarven baby.
Like an egg? That can't be right.
Are you questioning dwarven nature and tradition? I'm insulted.
Oh, I miss out on the suicide mission. Oh, life can be so unfair. But, good luck. Chin up and all that?
So you not only gave up on killing the Grey Warden who murdered your father, you actually joined the Order.
Are you trying to pick a fight, Villana? Baiting me like this is juvenile.
I just wanted to know how you felt.
How do you feel knowing you murdered all those people because you were too arrogant to check your facts?
Warm and fuzzy.
You're a terrible person. And your ears are clownish.
What? Who's juvenile now?
Really? They let us do all that? Ooh. Me, I intend to take up knitting. I'll send a scarf to the Templar commander every Saturnalia. Provided I don't end up in some ogre's belly, chewed up into tiny mage pieces. But I'm an optimist.
Allow me to say, Sir Dwarf, that you are a frightening force on the battlefield.
Is this a joke? I only let loose that time because I was surprised.
No, it was a compliment.
I don't get many of those.
I don't see why. Your skills are... Okay, yes. I think I do see why.
Oh, we're scared now! Don't come over here! Ha!
take more than that to kill us, beasties! Come again if you dare!
I've thought about what you said, Anders. The comparison between my family and mages, it's idiotic. I'm not about to transform into an abomination simply for being a How.
I didn't say it was a perfect analogy.
Being a How also does not allow me to control your mind.
Kinda missing my point, aren't you?
I am not a fan of oversimplifications.
Fine, fine. Your loss.
Hey, who's the mage? Boyfriend? Should I leave you two alone?
Wow, a dwarf that smells like a brewery. You never see that anywhere.
Heh, a mage comedian. Thought those normally died young. So, mage, huh? What's it like?
To have all this power at my fingertips.
No, to always have to wear a skirt. Yeah.
Oh, you don't know the story behind the robes. You know how strict things are in the circle, right? Well, of course you do. Well, the robes make quick trysts in the corner easy. No laces or buttons, you're just... well, you're done before the Templars catch on.
Really?
Just ask anyone.
They lie on the ground, looking like ordinary pairs of pants, until you turn around. That's when they strike!
Why do spirits seek out mages? I've always wondered.
You speak of demons. I am not a demon.
Aren't demons simply spirits with unique and sparkling personalities?
They have been perverted by their desires.
But what do they want from mages?
Perhaps they wish the same as I. Silence! I said no such thing.
You said that demons were spirits perverted by their desires.
I have no such desires.
You must have some desires.
I have none. Desist your questions.
I apologize, Justice. I didn't mean to suggest you would become a demon.
I should certainly hope not.
I just wondered what relation there is between spirits and demons. Demons are a worry to any mage.
I do not know what makes demons as they are. Such evil angers me, but I do not understand it.
Well, I hope you never come to understand.
I as well, mage. More than you could possibly know.
Will you ever need to switch bodies, Justice?
I did not wish to possess this body. Why would I switch to another?
You might need to. Unless you wish to look even more obviously like a corpse.
I would prefer not to think of it. This thing you spoke of, switching bodies.
Not a favorite topic of yours, I take it.
Would such a thing be permitted? Would it not be considered abominable?
If they're dead, it's not as if they need the body, Justice.
But I can still feel the man who once lived. I know his life, his... It is not just a body.
That's good, isn't it? I'd rather you felt that way.
Perhaps you are right. So you are a thief?
Who, me? Not by profession, my friend.
And yet you were imprisoned for attempted theft.
Of things that belonged to my family and which were taken from us unjustly.
A likely tale.
You don't always wear robes, do you?
Not when I'm naked, I don't.
I mean when you run from the circle. Robes would make you easy to spot.
So does the big I'm a mage sign around my neck. I like to make it easy for the Templars.
Ah, so that's how it's going to be.
You have not paid for your crime yet, mortal.
Still stewing over that, are you?
You have been freed, but you have not offered penance.
Isn't being forced to listen to you penance enough?
Your skin is peeling.
I hadn't noticed.
Could I offer you a poultice? Something? Anything? The sight is quite distressing.
I apologize, and I thank you for your offer, but nothing can be done. Christoph's body is dead.
I shan't hope for the smell to improve then.
No, you probably shouldn't. This thing you did. The murders of those men in the forest.
What of it?
What you did was wrong. You must make amends.
And to whom should I make these amends? Those humans are dead, if you recall.
You must make amends to humans. It was your condemnation of their race that led to your folly.
I wouldn't expect that to occur anytime soon. What What will happen to you once Kristoff's body is fully decayed?
I do not know. Perhaps I will be drawn back to the Fade?
Or remain here, bound to the tiny motes of dust that once were Kristoff?
Do you think that's possible?
I know less about this than you. How securely is your spirit bound to this body? Can you leave it?
I could, if I chose to.
Do you want to leave it?
I do not know anymore.
So, you come here often?
I've never been this close to the surface.
Well, you're welcome to come with me anytime. Anytime.
I'm sorry, what?
The name's Ogren, by the way. But the ladies pronounce it Ogren. So, what are you doing tonight?
Sleeping. Alone. With a knife under my pillow.
Hot.
Honestly, Ogren, what's the point? I'm in the Legion of the Dead. Nothing between us will last.
Exactly. All the fun, none of the commitment. You remind me of Bronca sometimes.
I remind you of your ex-wife who fed her entire house to Darkspawn in a search for a magical anvil?
Yeah. Well, no. Not when you put it that way.
Smooth, Ogren. Real smooth. Ugh, Ogren, I could light your breath on fire.
That's not the only thing you could light on fire, saucy lady.
Do you ever stop drinking?
Oh, don't you worry about that. It enhances the Ogren experience. I'm like a cherry soaked in brandy, plump, juicy, and full of intoxicating flavor.
Ugh.
What?
What?
You were staring at me, you man-skirt-wearing freak.
Oh, I thought you were being attacked by a wild animal. It was only your beard.
You think you're so clever, don't you? Sparkle fingers.
I understand that you struggle against your oppression, Mage.
I avoid my oppression. That's not quite the same thing, is it?
Why do you not strike a blow against your oppressors? Ensure they can do this to no one else.
Because it sounds difficult?
Apathy is a weakness.
So is death. I'm just saying.
How is it different?
Excuse me? How is what different?
How is your death different from mine?
My death was symbolic. I entered the Legion and thus my old life ended. But I imagine death will catch up with me soon enough. Don't you worry.
I do not worry. I was simply curious.
You twitch uncontrollably.
Do I? It must be an interaction between me and Kristoff's decaying body.
It's like you're dancing. Ooh, we should set you to music.
Has it occurred to you that I may be self-conscious about this twitching?
Oh, sorry, are you?
No. So you believe you will die soon?
Won't we all?
I will not die. Not as you die.
Spirits such as yourself can be slain in this world. Maybe you can too.
That is a disturbing thought.
Glad to be of service.
Is there some great ceremony when someone joins the Legion of the Dead?
It's called a funeral.
Right, but is it boring and somber like a regular funeral? I mean, you're not burying anyone.
This is true. Dwarven funerals involve a great deal of ale and singing. Then there is an orgy.
What? You're kidding!
Of course I'm kidding.
Still with the deadly looks, my lady.
My lady is such a human thing to call someone.
It is a term of respect. You think it's human to be respectful?
Now you're mocking me.
I think you're a lovely woman, and due some respect. So I call you a lady.
Well, stop it!
I've watched you fight, Sigrun. The Legion of the Dead trains its people well.
Oh, they taught me a few tricks, but I was fighting long before then.
Oh, you fought in Orzamar's army.
Fighting for scraps of food, for a place to sleep, for survival.
Oh, I didn't mean...
It's all right. You're a noble.
Why are you so resistant, woman?
I'm not resistant.
Really? Here, Great. You, me, the bushes. Let's get those branches a-rustling.
Sure. Just one question, though.
Speak your mind, you spicy kumquat.
I'm gonna prefer women by the time this is over, right?
Oh, and she hits below the belt.
Sagroon, is it true that dwarves are born as rocks?
Born as rocks.
I knew it! That slimy, foul-breathed toadstool. Pink rocks are girls, grey ones are boys. Ugh! And I almost believed him.
Who? Ogren? You believed Ogren?
Don't say anything. Every noise feels like a rusty nail shoved in my forehead.
Had a bit too much fun last night? I can help. I had clanmates as bad as you. They used this root as a remedy, powdered and mixed with water. Here.
Thanks.
Did you tell Valana that dwarves are born as little rocks?
No. Maybe. Yes. Yeah. Valana takes herself too seriously. Come on, it was funny.
All right, it was funny. You should have seen her afterwards. She was huffing like a constipated Bronto.
Hot.
You appear to have a preoccupation with beverages, dwarf. Why is that?
Beverages?
I refuse to call them spirits. It is a humiliating word for your drink.
Oh, you mean the booze. You should try it.
If it makes one act like you, I think not.
Your loss.
I apologize, Justice. I didn't mean to suggest you would become a demon.
I should certainly hope not.
I just wondered what relation there is between spirits and demons. Demons are a worry to any mage.
I do not know what makes demons as they are. Such evil angers me, but I do not understand it.
Well, I hope you never come to understand.
I as well, mage. More than you could possibly know.
So you never told me what the ceremony was like.
It begins with chanting and toasts. Then we bid our families farewell. Then wailing and tears.
That does sound like a funeral. How depressing.
We're not the legion of jaunty pub songs.
I think how much easier recruitment would be if you were.
Could you set that bush on fire?
Probably, but why would I want to?
Could you freeze it?
Why do you want me to kill the bush?
Because it's there. It's an evil bush. Do it.
Magic isn't for your amusement. Why don't I just do a little dance and a spicy shimmy?
Oh, ew. I'll pass.
So what does the Legion do when you're not, you know, dying?
I'm not sure. We do that a lot.
You can't do it all hours of the day. There must be some times when you're not out getting killed.
In those hours, we listen to smart-mouthed mages ask stupid questions.
I always thought dwarves would be nicer.
I always thought mages would be smarter.
Were you there when my father was killed?
Don't go digging in the dust for things laid to rest. Does no one any good.
Whatever people say about him, he was still my father. And I just want to know if he suffered.
I'm not the person to ask.
Very well, Ogren. Evade the question.
Oh, look at the cute little kitty. There was a mouser in the tower named Mr. Wiggums. Only company I had when the Templars locked me up. Miss that beast a lot sometimes. But I can't keep a cat. We fight darkspawn for a living. I'm not sure. Seems cruel to just leave him. Well, I'll keep him just for a while, until I find somewhere safer. Is that okay with you, kitty? I'll call you Sir Pounce-a-Lot. You can stay in my pack. Just for a little while, yes?
You seem rather attached to that cat, Anders.
It's more that he's rather attached to me. Isn't that right, Sir Pounce-a-Lot?
Isn't that name a little ridiculous?
What do you think I should call him? Frederick?
There are worse names, I suppose.
People talk about me stinking up the joint.
What are you on about now?
Cat piss. Little kitty there makes me want to vomit.
Don't listen to him, Sir Pouncelot. You smell just fine.
I see that your feline companion remains with you.
He seems happy enough. Isn't that right, Sir Pouncelot?
To enslave another creature does not seem just.
He's not a slave. He's a friend. And he's also a cat.
A cat that lacks freedom.
Oh, just ignore him, Sir Pouncelot. They don't have pets in the Fade, apparently.
You should let Sir Pouncelot out more. Must be stuffy in that robe.
Out? You mean out to play with the Darkspawn? Such a great idea.
All right, I see your point.
You seem fascinated with Sir Pouncelot.
We don't have cats in Orzammar. Well, maybe some nobles have them if they buy them from a surface merchant.
Everyone needs a pet.
Well, I had a nug once, for about an hour, before my uncle slaughtered him and ate him.
What do you think of your name, Sir Pouncelot? Do you think it's appropriate? Does this make you my familiar, Sir Pouncelot? What do you think? Shall I train you to become a vicious attack kitten? Who's the pretty kitty? Yes, you are.